Good morning. Let us discuss today's current affairs. North Korea is willing to talk, very willing to hold talks with US, says South Korea. North Korea is very much willing to have talks with US, says South Korea. As you all know, the Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang is coming to a conclusion, and North Korean players went to South Korea to attend the games. It's a way of sports diplomacy. If you want to increase the relationship between two countries, increasing people to people contact, games, cultural contacts, all these things play a crucial role in improving the relations between two countries. In the same way, North Korea, South Korea is also equally important. Next thing is Dhanush. Dhanush is a ballistic missile. It was testified successfully. Dhanush ballistic missile testified successfully. Dhanush is a surface-to-surface missile. Dhanush is a surface-to-surface missile. The strike range is 350 kilometers. The strike range of Dhanush is 350 kilometers. Dhanush is a naval variant. Dhanush is a naval variant of indigenously developed Prithvi missile. Dhanush is a naval variant of indigenously developed Prithvi missile. Dhanush is capable of carrying a payload of 250 kg and hitting both land and sea. Dhanush is capable of carrying a payload of 250 kg and hitting both land and sea. Dhanush is a single stage liquid propelled missile. Dhanush is a single stage liquid propelled missile already inducted into defense services. Dhanush is one of the 5 missiles developed by DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization. Dhanush is one of the 5 missiles developed by DRDO under Integrated Guided Missile Development Program. So Dhanush is a surface-to-surface missile. Strike range is 350 kilometers. It's a naval variant of indigenously developed Prithvi missile. Dhanush was testified successfully. And recently, SWIFT is in news. SWIFT. SWIFT is in news. Society for World Interbank Financial Telecommunication System. SWIFT. Society for World Interbank Financial Telecommunication System. SWIFT. It is in news because of PNB's fraud. After Punjab National Bank's fraud, the RBI issued guidelines to all banks that all banks should be SWIFT compliance by April 30th. By April, all banks should be SWIFT compliance, because lending loans to the foreign banks by giving letter of undertaking, all those things, it carries a lot of weight. So it's like core banking internationally, knowing all the bank transactions very easily. It's called core banking, applying core banking facilities internationally. If you have SWIFT facility, SWIFT, RBI asked all the banks to follow SWIFT norms by April, to integrate SWIFT by April, to minimize international financial frauds and banking frauds. Particularly banking frauds, we need to integrate banking system, core banking, like we have internally core banking. If you adopt SWIFT, we have international core banking, where Indian banks operate, foreign banks with Indian support operates all the times. SWIFT banking is very, very important. RBI have set April 30th as a deadline for the banks. RBI have set April 30th as a deadline for banks to integrate with SWIFT. Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication Operations with core banking solutions. And in future we can control bank related fraud. If you have SWIFT, once fraud happens internationally also, there is a chance of controlling it. So this is what that was declared as in the SWIFT. Rashtriya Samskriti Mahotsav 2018. Rashtriya Samskriti Mahotsav 2018 organized by Ministry of Culture under Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat initiative. Rashtriya Samskriti Mahotsav 2018 organized by Ministry of Culture under Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat initiative. Rashtriya Samskriti Mahotsav is being held at Gwalior. It will cover various classical folk art forms. Visual arts, theatre and literature, etc. Its aim is to celebrate the idea of unity in diversity. More than Rashtriya Samskriti Mahotsav, which is being held at Gwalior, we have to discuss more about Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat. Ek Bharat and Shrestha Bharat. Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat is a very idealistic program which was launched on the eve of 2015, on the eve of Sardar Vallabhbhai Pattel's birthday, National Unity Day, on October 30th, and there was a very good program to show the culture of various states to the youth of India. In this Ek Bharat and Shrestha Bharat, various states are taken as role models and groupings will be made. The youth of a particular state will be made to understand. They will be educated towards the culture and other aspects of a group of states, and a group of or a circuit of states will be selected every year, and young people will be shown the diversity of culture of various states. This is called Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat program, very important for prelims. For example, Telangana and Haryana, they have a connection. Telangana and Haryana have a team connection. So like that you can see Ek Bharat and Shrestha Bharat, very important program for prelims exam. Okay, coming back to newspaper today. If you take newspaper, the first thing is Sridevi, the veteran film actress and a pan-Indian actress. She has a fan follow-up pan-India, died in Dubai. Sridevi. She got 15 Filmfare Awards and one of the original actors, and nobody can replace Sridevi in her own style of acting is something different, and most of the film fraternity express their condolence for her death. Coming back, Sridevi was born in a Telugu family, and as a kid she is now 54, and she is doing movies from last almost 48-49 years. As a kid also she acted in many movies, and her life is nothing but film and action. And coming back again, Communist Party of China have cleared decks for Xi Jinping. Communist Party of China have cleared decks for Xi Jinping for the third consecutive term as the president of China, Communist China. So Xi Jinping is having a strong hold now in China. In the world, if you see a tendency we can observe, some leaders in every country, one or two leaders are reaching high echelons and they have become inevitable for the country, and they are becoming very strong. Example Vladimir Putin, example Xi Jinping, example Narendra Modi, example Trump. Some leaders are getting more image in the countries. So Vladimir Putin in this respect can be treated with very high echelons. So Putin had a very good image, and now Xi Jinping is also coming up. And if you see, if a leader gets an image, he is winning 3 terms, 2 terms, 4 terms, and he is trying to control in a positive sense for next 20 to 25 years. That is the thing that's going on. That's a tendency that is going on in the world. Even if you see Angela Merkel, Justin Trudeau, leaders are emerging very strong. Leaders are emerging very strong today in the world. And next is rustom-II, unmanned aerial vehicle. rustom-II takes to the skies. The DRDO carried out test flight of the DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization, carried a test flight of rustom-II, an unmanned aerial vehicle. The flight is very important because of its configuration with a high power engine. rustom-II have a very high power engine. Here you should remember MALE, male, a concept called MALE, male, medium altitude long endurance drone. MALE, male. With respect to rustom-II, you should remember a word. With respect to rustom-II, you should remember a word. Medium altitude long endurance drone called MALE, male, with respect to rustom-II. Coming back to the important articles today, the first, in the editorial page Hindu paper, in the editorial page of Hindu paper, 2 articles are related to Canadian Prime Minister visit to India. There are 2 articles which are related to Canadian Prime Minister visit to India. Justin Trudeau's visit to India. The 2 articles, core spirit of the article is Khalistan movement, Canada and India. And the Liberal Party in some provinces in Canada, to which the Justin Trudeau government belongs to, Liberal Party, support a resolution which says the government containment of anti-nationalist groups in Punjab is a genocide. As you all know, in 1984 we had Operation Blue Star, and we have controlled the Khalistan movement by using our armed forces, army, and this was perceived by some as genocide, and the Justin Trudeau's Liberal Party in some provinces in Canada agreed that it is a genocide. And his visit, a stretched visit, long visit for 8 days, though he tried to show solidarity by wearing Indian costumes, approving Indian culture, and by announcing that he will never accept any separatist tendencies with respect to India, he will never support that. In spite of all these things, Trudeau's visit is looked with skepticism, particularly with respect to Khalistan movement. The entire week we have seen articles with respect to Khalistan, Sikh, India. As you all know, India is not ready to accept any type of foreign policy which questions its integrity and sovereignty. For any country, sovereignty comes first, and that too for India. Equally good for India. For that reason, in the entire visit, apart from any other type, and the discussion is more about Khalistan. Trudeau's visit, Khalistan, and Trudeau has an experience now. He has a first-hand experience. India will not accept any tendency which is against its sovereign interest. And Trudeau got this. As a young leader, he got this experience from India. Let us see how he is going to work it on. And you all know Tripura elections are over, and Nagaland and Meghalaya elections are going to come, and how things go on, we have to work it on. Next article, can banking recover? Can banking recover? The article is related to Punjab National Bank, Rotomac, and banking frauds. And no fraud can be absolutely committed. No fraud can be absolutely committed without the support of some officials at least. That was also written in the article. Letter of undertaking. Letters of undertaking which were given by the local bank to any foreign bank or to any bank operating in the abroad, so that the person will get some credit, and the bank which gives letter of undertakings will give a guarantee, and this money we don't know how they are using, and the bank which gives the letter of undertaking, if it shows negligence in assessing the credit history of the person, or assessing the business of the person, or after taking the loan without tracking him, all these things are a very big thing. The other writes about finance ministry, the other speaks about bank, the other also speaks about the responsibility if you issue a letter of undertaking. All these things the other spoke, and the other also spoke at length about non-performing assets. Even after 6 lakh crores was written off, still 10 lakh crores comes under NPS. So can banking system in India recover? Bank frauds have become very common in India today. The money which is in banks are nothing but public money, and if bank credit is at threat, bank cannot give loans to more number of customers, more number of businesses, and finally it is a vicious circle where the entire economy will get affected. So all these things the other expressed in the article. Next article, there is nothing big. It's about UK public health insurance. Public health sector is in crisis. National health service is in crisis. In UK, national health service is in crisis. So these are the important current affairs today.